BNEWS Director Rich Hosford has a video interview with State Senator Cindy Friedman about the latest COVID-19 news coming out of the Statehouse. We go to that interview now, so let's check it out.
Well, Senator Friedman, I'd like to thank you for joining me here in this new way we're all sort of operating, remotely. It's a little strange for everybody, but I think we can make it work. I just wanted to start off asking how is, all the social distancing and everything just kind of affected the day-to-day operations at the State House?
A lot more meetings, lot, lot more, lot more conversations. Actually, it's been strange while we're not together, and the lots of our daily routines have been upended. We actually have been working very, very hard and long as as we kind of work through this new way of doing business. So the Senate has been very focused on passing legislation and looking at legislation that has a direct effect on the pandemic and addressing the issues around the pandemic. And so we've been meeting quite a lot, going through all of the issues around a particular bill and gaining consensus by the members so that we're able to then push the bill through in an informal session, so that all the issues that any senators have are addressed, and then we can just move it so that people don't have to come in and do a formal. So we're really trying to do as much work as we can without having to be together in the same place.
Right, pretty much the way most of us are, like us
Exactly.
right now. So recently there was a bill passed that sort of was aimed at kind of, helping residents and businesses sort of, economically. And I want to go over a couple of the, points that were raised in it, just to talk about, how you think they're going to help. And the first being the extension of the tax deadline for state taxes.
I think this is going to be enormously helpful. Not well, so one of the really big reasons is that the federal government has extended the tax deadline, because state taxes depend, when you do your state taxes, you're doing your federal taxes, there's a dependency there. It would be really difficult for people if they just did state and didn't have to do federal at the same time. So that's really helpful. And then just because people are feeling anxiety around a whole lot of areas, like how do I get my taxes done? How do I get help? How do I file them? How do I, get to the mailbox, et cetera, that it's going to be very helpful. It's tough for the state because it means we don't get that revenue into the state, which will mean we'll probably have to do some borrowing.
Yeah. I mean, looking ahead long term, I mean, there will be sort of an issue of a decrease in state, tax revenue. I'm sure that will have to be addressed in the future.
Absolutely.
Another thing that was part of the bill was provision to allow restaurants to have liquor licenses to sell beer and wine either through delivery or pickup. Just talk about why you thought that was important to be in there.
This was something that we heard a lot about from our restaurants, and losing the ability to sell spirits has been has had a huge impact on them. And we felt like this was something that we could do safely and at the same time support our restaurants.
Excellent. There's also changes to municipal deadlines, they allowing towns to push back, like town meetings, and also when they, collect property taxes, things like that. Just how does that, aim to help, towns sort of during this time?
They are on a limited staffing levels. Most town halls are closed. You have to, put things in mailboxes, or or send them in, or do them through I'm sorry, through the web. We have to protect our local municipal workers as well as our residents, and they're unlimited staff, and they have, and so they don't have the same capacity, especially around technology wise, to do all their work to do all remotely. So all of these things allow for not only to take some anxiety off of the residents, but also to allow our local governments to function and stay safe at the same time.
Excellent. We only got about a minute and a half or so left, but I just wanted to hit two more points. And one is just, what kind of resources are out there for residents who are, maybe trying to get unemployment and having difficulty, or have healthcare costs that they are having trouble with?
So for healthcare costs that they're having trouble with, if they have their carrier, they need to call their carrier and talk to them. So that's their insurance carrier. I would call them directly. And if they have any issues with getting in touch with them, you know, uh, or getting responses, please call my office, 617-722-1432.
Okay.
In terms of the other things that you mentioned, first of all, my website, cindyfriedman.org/COVID-19, has all of the resources that we have to date for different areas, small businesses, UI, etc. So you can always go there. But also, I think we sent you a list of the federal programs that are available for people and small businesses. And I know that we sent that along to you. So maybe you can publish those. You can publish some of those links. I know there's helpful resources that we are using are mass.gov/COVID-19, cdc.gov/COVID-19. And we shared the unemployment assistance and small business relief resources with you. So you can get those on my website, cindyfriedman.org, or you all could post them for people.
Yeah, we'll put them up on our website as well. Real quick, last thing, just looking ahead, what more do you think might be needed in the short term?
I think we're going to be looking at things like liability insurance, so we can make sure that our healthcare providers and all the people we're asking to step up and do things that aren't normally in their everyday work life to get protection, so they can continue to do that work. I think we're going to probably do some more municipal government pieces. There will probably be more UI, and there'll definitely be budget issues that we'll be addressing.
All right. Well, we will look forward to following along all of that. I really appreciate you taking some time today, and I hope you stay safe out there.
Yes, you too. Thanks, Rich.